Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Adidas Yeezy Quantum Basketball. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. So before a lot of you go in the comments and just bash me for doing a performance review on the shoe, saying that this isn't the performance basketball version of the shoe, just keep this in mind. So when the shoe originally released, it did come out in a lifestyle version and a performance version. The difference between the two was that actually on the performance version, the cut on the back part of the heel is a little bit higher, and I'm not really sure if it's just a neoprene material that's higher or if there's like additional padding, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's just like extra piece of cloth. And another difference between the two versions is that the fact that the performance version actually has a rubber overlay, and the lifestyle version didn't have that, and that was on the OG Quantum colorway. So what I'm doing a performance review on is the Barium colorway, which actually has the TPU overlay, or this rubber overlay. So compared to the performance version that was originally released alongside the lifestyle version, this Barium colorway pretty much has everything the performance version has, which is that rubber overlay. The only thing that's missing is the higher cut in the back area up here. So if you guys ever see pictures of the original performance version that released, you'll see that it's more squared off at the top and the neoprene material extends a little bit higher. This one, it has this like cutout, which honestly I think is better because it has, it gives you like more comfortable feeling around your Achilles area. One thing I am not too sure about though is, when comparing this version to the original performance version, is if there is additional padding up in the top ankle collar area. It looks like it could be additionally padded up here, but it pretty much looks the same. And on this version, there are like these additional reinforcements, but there's no actual padding. It's just like a little bit stiffer neoprene up in the ankle area. So with that out of the way, let's actually get into the performance review. So starting off with the traction, the Yeezy Quantum Basketball features a very, very widely spaced herringbone traction pattern. And this traction pattern is actually really, really nice. On a clean court, you guys are gonna stop on a dime, no problem whatsoever. The traction was actually insane, like really, really surprising, because Adidas usually messes up herringbone traction pattern, but nah, let me tell you, this shoe has amazing traction. If you guys are playing on your dustier courts, you will probably have to wipe because the traction pattern does pick up dust. I play on, I'd say, like an average court, so I did notice the occasional dust pickup, and I did have to wipe here and there. In terms of traction, I did notice a slight difference. Just, it wasn't as aggressive of a bite, but just a light wipe and you guys are going to be good to go. Just make sure you do keep an eye on that traction if you guys are playing on those dusty courts, because you will have to wipe. Everyone else, if you guys are playing on, your slightly above average to really, really nice courts, you guys are going to have no problems with traction whatsoever. The traction on the Quantum Basketball is really, really nice. So moving on to the cushion, the Adidas Yeezy Quantum Basketball features full-length boost, and in most performance basketball shoes put out by Adidas, the boost is partially uncaged, at least on the medial side, but it's not like that on this shoe. It is a fully caged, full-length boost midsole. As you can see, it is fully caged on both sides of the shoe. And when I first saw the shoe, I didn't think that the boost would be that comfortable. It was gonna be really, really firm, something like what was in the Harden Volume 1, but it's not. The boost is actually really, really comfortable. It's not too thick of a slab of boost, so you're not getting a super, super mushy cushion. You're getting a very, very good balance between having court feel responsiveness and also having that impact protection. In the heel, you do have a thicker slab of boost than in the forefoot, but I wouldn't say that the difference in size is too much. It is very, very comfortable. You do actually have a little bit of bounce up in the forefoot area without sacrificing too much of that core feel and responsiveness. Personally, I felt pretty good playing in the shoe, and it was definitely very, very comfortable. I was able to play in the shoe for hours. I'd say I think the longest session I ever had was about 3 hours, and my legs still felt pretty damn good after playing in the shoe for that long. So the boost in the shoe is really, really comfortable. If you guys like boost and you want that good blend of impact protection, core feel, and responsiveness, I'd say this is a pretty good attempt at it. I really enjoyed the cushion in the shoe. So moving on to the materials on the shoe are really nice. it is Adidas's Prime Knit, and it is multiple layers, not just Prime Knit. So what you have as the base is, I believe, some sort of like mesh material, but on top of the mesh, you do have this Prime Knit with some like TPU weaves throughout the shoe for that reflectiveness, and I'm pretty sure like some, you know, it gives it that structure as well. And then on top of that, you have this rubber overlay, which is the thing that the performance model shoe had and the lifestyle version of the shoe didn't have. You also have this nice suede patch on the toe cap, which is very reminiscent of what's featured on the 700 and 700 V2. Even though this is definitely here for like more stylistic purposes, more aesthetic purposes, it is here for added durability as well, because this is kind of the area where you're gonna be doing toe drags, if you do toe drags. So once you get to the back quarter of the shoe, you do have this neoprene material. You know, it's neoprene, it feels nice, it does the job just fine. And then the tongue is also neoprene. It is a little bit thin. I'm not sure if the like official basketball version of the Quantum colorway, you know, has a thicker padded tongue. I would say probably not, and if it is a little more padded, it's probably not by much, because this honestly felt perfectly fine. It is a bit on the thinner side, but I didn't really feel like it hindered any support or it was uncomfortable. Because of the way they structured this lacing system, I didn't feel the laces digging into my foot at all as well. So overall, I would say that the material usage on the shoe is really, really good. So moving on to the fit, this is where, you know, Adidas and Yeezy too, you know, they mess up sizing all the time, but I'm happy to say that I think going true to size is definitely the way to go. This is a kind of weird fitting shoe though. It's a little bit different. It's not like a traditional one booty upper or a half booty upper. It's kind of in between, because the tongue is like kind of separated, but not really. It's like connected to an inner booty that's actually connected to this back part of the shoe. I'm not really sure if I'm describing that as well as I can, but it is really weird. So, you know, it's not super sock-like. It's in between a sock-like fit and a half booty fit, where the tongue is connected like halfway down into the shoe. And because of that, I do think that if you don't get your right size, you may have a sloppy fit, which will affect the performance features of the shoe. But as long as you get your right fit, you guys are gonna be good to go. If you guys are slightly wide footers, I would say going true to size is still your best bet. Even wide footers and hella wide footers, you may still be good going true to size. This is a slightly wider shoe, which is very weird for a Yeezy. You know, personally, I've always had to go up a half size or a whole size in other Yeezys, but this one, going true to size, is perfectly fine for me. Like I was saying, the fit for me is really, really nice. I'd say it's pretty close to 1-to-1. There are some things that really just enhance the fit on the shoe, like the material usage on the shoe and the way that they, I guess, like design the fit, like the sock-like fit, but it's not sock-like because it's almost a half booty, but it's not really half booty either. Not only that, but there's a lot of sculpting in the heel area, and there are these really, really nice Achilles pillows that really just hug your foot inside the shoe. And because of the really nice fit on the shoe, you actually have really good support as well. Don't be fooled, you know, this does look like a high cut shoe, but this is pretty much collapsible. You can kind of see where the heel counter ends. So this is essentially a low cut shoe, just with like this extra neoprene material up at the top. I guess it's there for aesthetics, but you can also actually lace your shoe up through to the top as well to give you a more locked down feel. I'm not gonna say that you're actually more locked in, but it does give you that extra feel. Personally, I did go up to the highest lace loop because these laces are really, really long, and if I went one lace loop down, the laces, I would have to like triple or quadruple knot just to make it look okay and feel okay. And yeah, that's just one little annoying thing about the shoe. But overall, the fit and the support is awesome. I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed. The materials do keep you nicely locked in on that footbed. And also, like I said, this is a really wide shoe, so you aren't gonna be rolling over the sides. It does have you really, really locked in laterally. Along with those Achilles pillows that I mentioned, you do have this giant heel counter right here, and your heel's not going anywhere. I didn't have any heel slippage. And as far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, I'd say it's pretty good. I'm not really sure if there's like an internal shank plate or not. You can't really see it, but one thing to mention is there is like a plastic that's featured around where the exposed boost is on the outsole. So there actually may be a, you know, torsion plate in there. You just can't see it. But overall, fit on the Yeezy Quantum basketball is really nice, and support is also really nice. So the Yeezy Quantum basketball, or the Yeezy Quantum, or whatever you want to call it, retails for $250, and you know, $250 is definitely a high price point, but for me it's worth it. You know, I love Yeezys. To me, Yeezys have always looked good, even though they, you know, definitely overdo it in some colorways and whatnot. But $250 for a performance Yeezy, I think it's perfectly fine for me. And you know, even though they always sell out, this color, the barium colorway, it's not going for too much over resale right now, maybe like 20 to 30 bucks, which honestly isn't that bad. If you guys wanted to, you know, flex on the court or just play in a pair of Yeezys that were actually designed for performance, I would say go for it, pick up a pair. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I definitely wasn't. I was honestly like really shocked. As I said, I wasn't 100% sure if this was gonna be playable or not, because this isn't actually labeled as a performance model, but definitely feels like it has all the performance features that I would possibly need. I'm not exactly sure what else, you know, the actual performance Quantum colorway would have that's very different from this, other than the higher cut neoprene in the back over here, which, like I said, in my opinion, I think it's a good thing that they don't have it, because it just gives you a little bit more leeway with your Achilles area, and it pretty much gives the shoe a more low cut feel. If they ever release an actual performance model of the shoe and label it like the basketball version, I will pick up a pair definitely and, you know, do a review and let you all know if there are any differences between this and that version. But as of right now, even though this isn't officially labeled as the performance basketball version, you are definitely able to play basketball in the shoe. It's definitely a head turner on court, and it feels great, performs great. Honestly, I really can't complain. If this is Kanye's first entry into the basketball world, he definitely knocked it out of the park with this. Overall, it's a dope looking shoe, plays great. What more could you ask for? That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Till next time, peace.